It wasn't the best hamburger, I'm not gonna lie, but it was the thought
Did
that
they pay
counts.
you Tuesday?
Ladies and gentlemen, the man that sold Skype for a hamburger.
Look, it was one of those things like you ever do something where like someone's like, all right, I'm going to buy this for you and it's going to be great and it's expensive, but it's not that good, but you don't really want to tell them. That was basically the deal I made for the guy. He bought me a really good hamburger. And I didn't want to hurt their feelings, but I got to eat that day. So
What a sweetheart.
yeah, it was a bad hamburger. It had mayonnaise on it. I'm not a mayonnaise fan.
I can see why you don't go back to Silicon Valley. You're the Wimpy of Silicon Valley.
Oh no, I don't go back to Silicon Valley because of a court order. So
This has just gotten way too dark, honey. Oh, God.
look,
Wait a minute. I'm sorry, dark for us is the Wimpy of Silicon Valley?
No, but then he turned into a
okay,
apparently,
so
that he can't go to Silicon Valley because he's done something.
look, I hope you guys weren't too attached to playing Hunter the Vigil this campaign to its finish and Vampire, because now we're playing a game I'm making up it's going to be called the Wimpy of Silicon Valley.
I was about to say, are we going to play a game
only
called
one person
Chase?
can be a wimpy at a time. It's going to be like that mummy game where everybody else is just following him around and trying to like not let him eat.
No, well, here's
like
the thing. It's going to be like Pokemon, where like only one of you can be the Wimpy, but you all like become friends along the way. But you're at the end. You're
about
you're
the
all gonna have to
hamburgers
each
we
other.
ate along the way.
Yes.
It's
So,
like
catch
Pokemon,
up.
can I wear the short shorts and the suspenders?
Okay, then I'm gonna be a weird pervert and just squint at people all the time.
I'll be the guy that just never bathes.
What?
What? Okay, I don't know Pokemon. I just always kind of thought Jesse was hot. That's why it's been on Pokemon.
Oh yeah, it's
Is there a
humorous.
guy who regularly doesn't bathe on Pokemon?
I just described the outfit of a character. You're going for Brock. Who the fuck are you talking about, Sam?
I
Is it
didn't realize
regularly a
there
guy
was
that
a
just like
Dixon. Yeah, in
It's about
Is it just a
blue
dude who like
at like stores, right?
there's like a guy who rides
There's
the
always
beach and he's
there's always
just
that
like,
one.
I stink!
There's always that one character in anime, and I can't remember if he's in Pokemon, but I'm sure he is. There's like flies. He's the whatchamacallit from
Like
Big
Pigman.
Ten of anime.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm confident that most animes have at least one of them in there.
I mean, I know that most high schools have at least one stinky kid, but like,
What?
I don't know what to say. Right?
And school, so maybe here's that weird kid that he either just doesn't know how to bathe or his parents don't make a lot of money and we just don't talk about it. One of those two.
No.
So
catch
game,
up
right?
to the kid. A bit of a tangent.
Us tangents never.
All right, so Sarah, catch up. 1 minute, go.
Okay, so at the beginning of last session, we were just trying to figure out what the next step was. We all met at Master Roscoe's house. He got in on our group hug, and it was kind of awkward. We decided we were going to go to try to get the baby for reasons, I think, to try to disrupt whatever they're trying to do. And we were also going to try to see if we could recruit the Sasquatches, the skunk apes.
Skunk
Sorry.
apes.
Yes, I corrected myself. And so Master Roscoe offered to take his van to help because he runs reptiles, etc. So he took us to.
Excuse me, that's a Winnebago.
Oh, excuse me, Winnebago. Apologies. So we took his Winnebago to near the campsite, and then we began walking toward the house where the baby was. Peter found a trail that led off, so he decided to split off and try to find the skunk ape, and he did. He ended up getting, I think, all of them. I know Snowflame at least picked him up and took him back toward the cabin. Jeb and I went. We saw Rat outside on guard duty.
Daniel. Now that's
Daniel
Daniel.
now, and we convinced him that we're working for Pastor Freddy and that someone in their midst has betrayed them and we need to get the baby out, and so we're trying to get him to help us do that, and that's more or less where we left it, I think.
Yeah, that's good. That's good catch up.
Okay.
Although you did go about 10 seconds over, so deduct 6 experience off of your sheet.
All right.
Yeah,
I gotta
you need to lose a power willpower.
Yeah. And also your health is permanently negatively affected. No, none of that happens. Okay, so who shall we roll with starting off today? Peter's side or y'all's side? You know what? I'm going to say we're going to start off. We're going to continue with
I thought
Peter.
we were converging fairly quickly.
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, like, unless Peter was like, hey, y'all, I'm over on this other side of the thing. Basically, I'm just going to be like, you guys more or less kind of meet up roughly around the same, because there was still that guard outside that Peter saw, which kind of implies that Rat hasn't made his move or anything like that. But yeah, we'll say, so Peter, what you thinking now?
Well, if I remember correctly, I had all 3 skunk apes with me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The guard hasn't seen us yet.
Has he? Let's find out real quick. No, he has not. He is just walking back and forth. You see, you don't so much see features on him. It's mostly just like, you see like his silhouette through the light of the cabin.
I was about to say, so he's like an evil witch of the West guard. He's just walking back and forth chanting, or?
Yeah, I think they're called. God, what are those guys called? I'll look it up. It's super important. Winkies. Called Winkies. Sorry, go on.
I'm gonna see if I can get Snowflame, and I'm gonna get them to kind of hold their position.
Okay, they sit there. Their halberds and swords at the ready.
Oh, good. I'm glad they came prepared. And I'm gonna try to I don't know. Is there a way I can get Snowflame to maybe kind of I'm like, hey, if I give a signal, you guys just try to distract that guard.
What is your manipulation and animal handling? Or whatever animal handling is in this.
Animal or whatever.
Kin. Yes, your manipulation and animal kin. I'll do the roll.
I'd have a 3 in that.
Okay, so what are your instructions again?
Just I'm gonna try to go around, and if I give a signal, you just go distract that guard.
You relayed that message. She looks at you. At this point, you start to notice all the things you've said to her. She never nods or nothing like that. Just the same. I don't really necessarily want to say blank stare, but that look she's usually giving you. Look of intelligence, but rather not. Your message went across. You're not entirely sure. So you sneak around. You go to the back of the house, and you around. And you notice that only one side of the house is being patrolled. And, the other side is completely open.
That seems suspicious.
Are you hugging the tree line?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, Jeb, roll...
Wits and composure?
Yeah.
That's my favorite roll.
-2. -2.
Not my favorite anymore. That's no successes.
You don't. Basically, this is just saying that neither of you noticed Peter sneaking around. So you guys are completely unaware. You're more or less in the same neighborhood, so to speak. Peter would metagaming kind of. You guys would maybe be about 20 feet away from each other, but all 3 of you are completely unaware of that.
Okay.
Obviously, you 2 know where each other are, but anyways, yeah. So anyways, Peter, what you playing at this point?
I mean, is Rat's not doing his thing? I'm kind of just trying to get for Peter's standpoint, he's trying to scope out the house, not knowing where anybody else is.
Yeah, again, metagaming. Rat's gone ahead and headed in to try and lure the others away. But again, you don't necessarily know that. All you know right now is that there's only one guard seemingly guarding one side of the house. All right.
But if Peter is still going along the tree line, then basically he's going to run into Jeb and Beryl.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'll wait for you to get back out of the woods.
No.
Oh no, he's lost.
Okay. Yeah. You're wondering. So rewind. I'm going to hit the edit button on that. You're wandering around, and before you see Beryl and Jeb, and they seem crouched. They haven't seemed to have noticed you yet, though.
I carefully place one hand on Beryl's shoulder and just say, "Beryl, it's Peter."
No.
What the? Oh god damn! Oh man, you really snuck up. I didn't think you're that quiet.
Did you get your Skunk Ape friends to?
Yes. Yes, they're actually on the other side of the house.
Oh shit! Okay. We have a man on the inside. Old boy, Dave. Rat.
Oh, okay. Well,
is here.
I'm glad we ran into each other then. It seems like we've all got plans here.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta make them one now. We gotta congeal them.
At this point, you see a bunch of people running out to the front of the cabin, and they're all looking around. And they all look panicked. And you hear one of them say, "David, where's Pastor Freddy? You said he was going to be here any moment now." And you see Rat, he comes stepping in, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I guess he was running a few minutes late. He rung my cell phone. Wait, why didn't he call any of you guys?" And they look at him and he's like, "It's because we don't have reception out here, David." And Rat goes, "Oh, I mean, T-Mobile, man. You know how good that reception is up here in the mountains."
Peter, this
For anyone listening, T-Mobile is not good reception in the mountain.
Yeah.
I don't know if T-Mobile's good reception anywhere.
It's not good anywhere, but particularly in the mountain.
So this might be our shot to get in near a window here. So we're gonna go.
Yes.
I mean,
Go now.
All right. If you guys can take this, I'll sneak back around and get the skunk apes to come around, and we'll meet you on that side.
Sounds good. And Jeb starts walking.
Okay.
Or running,
crouch.
sneaking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sneakily running.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So
thank you.
I'm assuming it's probably going to be Beryl, but who has the lowest dexterity and a stealth rating of all three of you?
3 dexterity, 2 stealth for me.
We all together.
Same here.
Okay, so Beryl, roll just a flat roll, no plus or minus.
Can I
You can-
use
You can
willpower?
hurt willpower, yes. As a matter of fact, while you do that, let me roll to see if any of them notice you.
No! No!
No.
So, as you're sneaking,
I done fucked up.
yeah, Beryl, God bless her soul. The top of her left foot manages to clip just the sharpest log covered in brambles and stuff, and it just rakes her skin. And just without even realizing what she does, she just very loudly just goes, "Fuck!" At which point, pretty much everyone outside of the house looks in y'all's direction. One of them goes, "Did you hear that?" The other one says, "Yeah." And they look at Rat and they go, "Rat, what's going on?" And he goes, "I don't know, man. I mean, these woods, they're usually they're haunted. Woo, fuck, shit. I'm possessed with the spirit." One of them goes, "All right, somebody take him inside. You, and you. Let's go." And they start making their way towards you.
Beryl, run and make as much noise as you possibly can. Just
Okay.
run. So my thought is that Beryl will just literally just try to lose them and draw them away from
I'm
us.
gonna look up fleet of foot because I feel like that might actually come in handy.
Yeah. So
It
you
would
can just,
come in handy.
the woods are haunted. Oh fuck.
Oh, fuck. I am possessed
That's perfect.
with
That was perfect.
the-
I'm possessed with the spirit. That's so good.
+1 speed dot. Anyone pursuing them suffers a -1 to any foot chase rolls.
Okay, so you get a +2, and I suffer a -2.
This sounds uniquely perfect in this situation.
I don't
Yeah,
like-
literally.
You know what? I don't like that. I'm giving myself +9. So no. Okay.
Well, I mean, part of
I
the
wanna
whole
get
concept
you.
was that she's good at running away from shit. So
no, honestly, it's fine. Okay, yeah, we will resolve Beryl's instance right now. So yeah, build a running pool. Obviously, you can use whatever you want. I would recommend something like dexterity or stamina and athletics plus your whatever the fuck. And I'll build a pool with my boys over here. Okay, and you can burn willpower on this.
Okay, yeah, let me do that, honestly, because I need to very much not die this time.
Okay,
It's
so
fucking
this is
non-positive.
again whoever can get the most victories. Your feet versus my guy's feet.
Okay, all right.
Beryl.
A 4.
I mean, it doesn't matter because like they got one victory and you stopped them. So
You got
I was
smoked.
basically going back. Okay, she's gonna have to get this many victories over a turn, and no, just you were out like a shot.
Bye.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad I finally used that thing I've had since the beginning. And
That being said, you're making plenty of noise the whole way. I mean, you're
Distraction.
smacking trees. You're kicking up leaves as you're going. If you see like a dead tree, you're trying to push it over. Like you're making as much noise as you can. Back at the homestead, there were 6. Now there's 3. Peter, Jeff.
So there's 3 in pursuit of Beryl, right?
Yeah, there's 3. Yeah, and 2 of them went back inside and took Rat with them. So there's 3 outside looking. I mean, that are still there. They're just kind of like they're at this point they're at the wood line investigating just in case there's anybody else there.
Like, Jeb, I'll meet you at the porch. I just gotta go around and ask the skunk if they'll do me a favor.
All right, I guess I'll just keep trying to get inside. We're halfway. We're outside the wood line, right? And we're like walking towards.
I just got to see if I can get them to help Beryl out real quick.
Okay, all right. So I guess Jeb's going to try to find a corner alongside the house to kind of like hold up against while Peter does his skunk ape stuff.
Okay, both of you make stealth checks -2 because they know somebody, at least one person is out there, maybe more than one.
Nope, no successes for me.
I got 2 9s. Fucking Harry.
Yeah, Jeb, you're hugged up against the house. They don't notice you. They managed to catch Peter though. Peter, you're kind of broad-shouldered. You're being quiet. You've learned how to sneak around the woods fairly quiet in all this, but their guard is already up, and one of them goes, obviously you're wearing your mask, and they're like, "Hey, you, what are you doing here?" And one of them immediately draws their weapon on you.
I'm gonna keep running around towards the skunk apes.
Okay. They are going to open fire.
Oh no.
It's just one of them, though. It's just one of them.
Maybe it'll be a goobered up gun. Please.
Yeah. Goober guns.
Please.
It is not a goobered up gun, unfortunately. Shot rings out, just a loud, just pow. And because it is a firearm, you don't get to apply any kind of defense on it. Peter, you take 2 lethal damage as it clips your right shoulder.
Ooh.
I mean, you're not dead. I'm not going to say, oh, you can't use your arm. Like it passes right through you. But yeah, you've taken a gunshot, and you hear them say, the next one's going to be for the head.
Okay. I didn't stop moving unless that stopped me from moving. I'm still going around the house to the skunk apes.
Okay. Meanwhile, let me make another roll. Eyebrow waggle. So it hurts, obviously. Blinding, searing pain, but you don't stop moving, and you just hear the loudest roar. At which point, you see barreling towards you and past you. You see Snowflame running, and you just kind of barely turn around. Like you kind of figured these things were fast because they're taller than you, but you didn't think they could move that fast. By the time you turn around, she's already got the one that shot you lifted up over her head with one hand, and everyone else is like they're screaming, but they haven't done anything yet. Like they seem to be in more of a panic.
Well, that's basically what I wanted to have happen. So,
all right.
Okay, Jeb.
Well, Jeb, as anytime he goes in the woods, has a hunting rifle, realizes things have gone to fucking shit. Sneaking's really not an option anymore, and he's just going to try to shoot one of the other 2 people that is not lifted up in the air.
Okay, make that roll. Here's the thing I need to tell you. Killing regular people will be an integrity check.
Okay, so that's what I was literally about to say, is that like Jeb would like to try to maim them because he's not dived or delved into that area yet.
Okay,
He's not that hard yet.
Yeah, he's still, again, he's pretty ignorant. Like we talked about last time, he hasn't really had to do anything that difficult yet.
Well, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. That'll also be an integrity check, but it won't be nearly as high.
Okay,
so
right.
Like, there's a huge difference between plugging someone in the leg and shooting him in the base of the skull. That being said, I will ask that you will roll at a increased difficulty because you're trying to not cause grievous injury with something designed to kill things.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, so you will be rolling dexterity and firearms. If there are any roll bonuses that your rifle gives you, I don't think so. I think it just gives damage bonuses, but that -2.
So the only bonus I have is a hunting rifle. That I have a proficiency in hunting rifle.
Okay, so it would be dexterity, firearms, plus an extra die for hunting rifle, -2. Because you're trying not to kill.
So -1, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. That's 110. 110.
Roll up.
That's another 10.
Nice.
One more again.
I shit you not. That's literally another 10. I swear to God.
So wait. At this point, the bullet hits the one person, curves around midair, and hits the other.
Yeah, this is some.
Holy shit! I
Right
swear
now.
to God, that's 3 10s, and I'm rolling it.
Okay, let it ride.
Okay, that's it. All right. Only three 10s in a row. That's it. Just three 10s.
Okay, so my next question is, what's the damage bonus with your rifle?
4 on that.
So, because you succeeded, and you weren't aiming to kill, here's how this normally works. Okay, you would do 3 damage plus the 4 damage for your bonus, which that'd kill basically most people. But I'm going to say, yeah, you managed to shoot them in the back and shoot this guy in the back of the knee. Unless he gets surgery, he's probably not going to walk again. But he's not dead, as was said in Terminator 2. He'll live.
Jeff feels a deep kind of sense of darkness, kind of bubble in him because he realized what he's just done. But he kind of quells it. He pushes it down because he knows he's saving his friends and it's for the better. But there's a sprout of dark that has now started to bloom in him.
Darkness, all that he sees, absolute horror.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so copyright claim. So yeah, we'll handle the integrity check a little later. Yeah, he immediately falls to the ground. Yeah, he's screaming, just saying very not Christian thing. Meanwhile, Snowflame. Yeah.
Immediately switches teams. Like, Lucifer, I will never believe.
Yeah, hell, Satan. I enjoy premarital sex. All those things.
Tenacious D, come to me.
Meanwhile, Snowflame, she's holding him up like you don't. Peter, you look at her and it shouldn't surprise you what you're seeing. This is she's a wild animal, a wild giant primate. But at the same time, seeing just pronounced canines like that and her face just peeled back and just absolute anger, it's not exactly what you were expecting with like the typical idea that you normally picture of these types of creatures, more elusive, hiding in the woods, minding their own business.
Okay, so with that, I'm already broken my cover anyway. Is she just still holding him?
Yeah, she hasn't made any move to do anything with him just yet.
If I can, I want to maybe approach and just Snowflame. Now don't hurt the man. Snowflame.
She looks down at you and it's one of those things like you can still see anger in her face, but it kind of calms down after a while, and she looks up, she looks at him and just kind of goes to holding him with both hands instead of just one hand. Really, she's still holding him in place, but not aggressively, if that makes sense.
Now, Snowflame, I'm going to need a big favor from you here. Can you grab the other two guys, and can you take them far away?
She looks at the guy that she's holding, and she looks down at you, and she does exactly as you said. The other guy, like, he hasn't really moved. Like, you know, one guy is lifted up, the other guy just got his leg blown off, and not blown off, essentially. And yeah, I mean, like, the other guy, he's still screaming, but like, Snowflame has one of them thrown over her, you know, over her shoulder. You know, the other one thrown over the other, and she just looks at the other one, and he's picking up what's putting down, and he's just following.
All right, before I want to put my arm on Snowflame. Snowflame, thank you.
She just woof, and just
And
walks off into the forest.
With that, I'm going to turn towards where Jeb is at the house, draw my sword, and just be like, "All right, I guess we're going to breach."
Yeah, it's time, man. Let's go.
I'm not going to lie to you, old buddy. I have two things I'm hoping. One, I hope Roscoe teaching me like 2 days worth of one-handed sword fighting is going to work, because this other shoulder's not feeling great. And two, I hope Beryl at some point maybe circles around and she can be some backup.
And
I'm
goes,
assuming, and while saying that, I'm like taking one side of a door. I'm assuming we're like on each side of the door there.
Jeb reaches across the door frame and goes, I know one thing. You're a sword master and we can do this.
He is
with
sword
that-
master.
Tune in next time.
Very shortly.